Hello. Hi, how are you? In the Philippine Tagalog language, I'm Jessica Jacosalamrola, your new host. I have an exciting new show called Locals in Las Vegas and Beyond. And it's a lifestyle show that I created with a lot of great people in Nevada. And I made a big change coming from Chicago, Illinois to live here. This is 20 minutes north of the Strip. Beautiful weather, big change again from the Midwest. And being here in the West Coast, it's just great because I want to really show people what life is beyond the Strip. It's not just casinos, it's not just gambling, just a safe family environment. We also will be covering on my show, hopefully, that you're going to see some really inspirational people, regular people, youthful senior citizens. There's 200 to 250,000 Pinoy Americans and mixed race cultures living in households that hopefully will tune in. Want to cover authors and artists, creative locals here that are just so talented as well. Also, non-for-profits, organizations that really help to improve the community. Thank you so much and enjoy my show. Hi there, it's Jessica Jacosalamrola here for Phil-Am TV, Locals in Las Vegas. Wow, we're actually at episode 14. And this is going to be our July 4th or Holiday All-American special. And Kapit Bahay, our Global Filipino Network banners behind me. So if you can't see it, we are also under Phil-Am TV Global Filipino Network. It's $9.99 for unlimited streaming. We also report Pulse News. You've probably seen me before in a different type of more conservative outfit. We interview all types of people in Nevada, and we have a special guest for this show, Locals in Las Vegas. We do a lot with nonprofits, and we have a very special young woman here that is going to introduce us to therapy dogs in the courtroom. And Courtroom Critters is here. Let's welcome today Stephanie.
Hi.
And we have Hufflepuff, right?
And this is Hufflepuff, one of our original founders of Courtroom Critters. He's the first courtroom canine in the United States, certified.
Yes. And what makes you certified? How does that work with Hufflepuff?
Well, there's a lot of training that they go through. We generally recommend that every dog goes through an AKC, Canine Good Citizen training.
Gotcha.
It's a very good basic training for every dog, so we recommend it for anybody, no matter what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we do require that for our training.
Gotcha.
Then the dog goes through some therapy dog training, which they go into different environments, around different people. We want to make sure that they have that great temperament,
Right.
very friendly. And then their final, which I call the doctorate degree, is when they go into the courtroom and we do like a mock court.
Gotcha.
So the dog goes to the courtroom. All of our courtroom canines that are certified, they've actually gone into a courtroom. They've done mock trial.
Interesting.
And they've sat in the courtroom quietly, as well as they'll go into the witness stand. And thus, we want them to be nice and quiet so that the jury does not hear them.
Right.
And also they do sit in the witness stand with a pretend witness.
Okay.
To see if they have the temperament to be a courtroom canine.
So that being said, I know this sounds silly of a question, like when you say temperament, can they still be like a guard dog or someone that's a little more animated? Is that necessary at all?
If they're too animated, this is what happens.
Okay.
Not that they're bad dogs.
Right.
But when they're too animated, sometimes they can disrupt the court.
Right. You don't want that.
We don't want them
at all.
Yeah, we don't want them getting up and disrupting the court.
Yeah.
We don't want them making noise. We don't want them barking.
Not that type
So
of dog.
we do need the very quiet and calm temperament. And what's unusual is people don't realize that he's he's being so comfortable.
It's quiet today too.
This is his little mat that he uses to keep him comfortable. So if he's sitting for a long period of time, we want him to be comfortable.
Yeah.
But some dogs, they actually want to be attended to constantly.
Right.
And they become very fidgety. And then some dogs will start whining, like, oh, pet me.
Right.
And sometimes it could just take additional training.
Right.
Sometimes the dog just doesn't want to be in this environment. It's a very different environment being in the courtroom.
Yep. So basically it goes through levels of, testing and like you said, the mock
Yes.
And how long does that usually take, that whole process, if you didn't mention
It depends on the
It
dog.
depends on the dog, I figured.
Hufflepuff went through the whole gamut in 6 weeks.
Okay, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, he was kind of born to do this.
Yeah.
There are a lot of dogs out there that are born to do this. And just so that you know, any dog can do this if they have that great temperament.
It's a temperament.
We
They just
have
naturally like that.
We have dogs that are rescues. We have dogs that were literally thrown away. They were in a puppy mill, and they just threw them away.
Yeah,
And
post-traumatic.
and now the dogs are doing work in the courtroom and helping victims and children.
Yeah. it's
And then
good for
some of
them.
our dogs are actually world grand champions, and they want to come in here and work in the courtroom. So it doesn't matter.
Hufflepuff loves the camera. Look how steady and sure. But it's also a good observer, right? Yeah, and a good listener.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. I'm kind of glad you brought that up because we call it silent support.
Yeah, definitely.
They're here, they will sit with the victims. They're going to sit very quietly with the victims or somebody testifying as a witness in the courtroom. And they're just going to be quiet and support the person. And that's what it's all about. They're not going to give you any advice. They're not going to give you legal advice. They're not going to give you any type of advice of counseling, nothing. They're not going to tell you what to say. They're not going to answer your questions.
Right.
This is the best support anybody can have in the courtroom. And needless to say, the prosecutors love having the dogs around.
Well, it calms them, I think, in many ways.
Yes, and the prosecutors go through a lot.
They go through a lot. And how about defense attorneys? Or the
Defense
victims,
attorneys-
too?
The
Or defendants?
The defendants, the good thing is we have a lot of good case law.
Yeah.
If we do everything right, that's why we go through so much training, is if we do everything right, then that means the defense cannot complain about it.
No.
So we try to do everything right. We work with the judges too.
Right.
So we work very closely with the judges to make sure that we're inobtrusive, we're very silent, and we want to be invisible.
Right.
And if we can do that, there should be no objection.
Okay.
But we have worked with criminals.
Yeah,
And
I
we've worked
imagine.
with defendants as well to help them get through the process.
Felonies and like misdemeanors, both. And then do you have a certain type of judge also that obviously there's probably a waiting list, right? I'm assuming.
Yes, actually
At
there
this
is.
point, especially
Yeah,
in Nevada, I've
yeah,
never experienced
in-
this in other states.
In Las Vegas and in the county, we're working with more than 20 judges
Oh, wow.
on a regular basis.
Right.
And yes, there are judges that are actually waiting for us, saying, "Hey, we need a visit," because we do a meet and greet.
Yeah.
And when
That's
we
how
get,
we met, Veronica's.
And when we get a victim, we go to the victim first and we meet with them in a different area, not in the courtroom. So it's not like a victim would come up and say, "Hey, I need a dog." Oh, here's a dog.
They probably don't know they need one.
Yeah. But we do it before the court case so that they get familiar with the dog. And we have 12 certified dogs, so they can kind of, depending on the timing, they can pick which dog they want to use.
Okay, so Hufflepuff, we got lucky with this one. And then do you think because you've had this, has been the first dog you ever had, or is it just because of the schedule that you have it here with us today at Phil-Am?
I did have a dog before him, which is what brought me into this work.
Okay,
because
just wondering.
I'm a retired police officer.
Oh, okay, great.
And I had another dog before him who was this beautiful French bulldog,
Okay.
just as chill as Hufflepuff.
Right, similar.
And you'll actually see him on our website, on our courtroomcritters.org website. But I started bringing him in working with victims of traumatic crime.
I see.
And I started seeing, especially domestic violence. And I started seeing that he's helping people talk.
Yeah.
And that's what we need, because as a police officer, we need them to speak.
Yeah.
And we need them to tell their story in court, because that's how we get to convict the bad person.
Right. I think that's so wise, and there's a little psychology going on here.
Yes.
Yeah, silent psychology.
It is.
It is
exactly that. It is all about the psychology.
Yeah.
And that type of silent support is what helps people speak.
Yeah.
And then you're in the courtroom speaking to all these strangers.
Yeah, that's a
lot. And you have to tell the story again in detail, because victims have to tell their terrible story at least 12 times.
Yeah, that's hard. I think seeing the dog will, alleviate some of that trauma, maybe.
And we work with a lot of children.
Oh, good.
And the good thing is these children end up as heroes, because they tell their story so well. And they look down at the dog. Like Hufflepuff has done a lot of court cases.
I just saw your manicure, Stephanie,
Yeah,
not to interrupt,
my
but
my
so
July
patriotic
4th,
because it's our
yes,
July
I'm
4th
very
edition.
patriotic. I
So-
love the United States. And yeah, they just looked down at him, and he just kind of like, hey, you know, I got your back.
Yeah.
And they continue to testify. It's an amazing process. I love seeing it happen.
Yeah.
And I love seeing bad people get time.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And being in law enforcement, I think that helps, you know, your job, and you know what's going on behind the scenes, doing this so long. And then as far as these dogs, there's a story behind this. I know you wanted to maybe share about it a little bit.
Oh, these are little toys. This is called the Huffapuffable.
Okay.
It's
so
created
cute.
right here in Las Vegas by Printosaurus, Las
Oh.
Vegas. So a lady, she
How
worked
nice.
with
Looks just
me.
like you.
She worked with me and made it look just like him.
Aww.
But it's technically a fidget toy.
A fidget toy, correct.
So
I
anybody
see.
can hold this and you can fidget with it.
It's like a little
And we've been
accessory.
giving it to the children or to
Aw,
victims.
yeah. That's so
And
nice
we
of
tell them that, you know, if Hufflepuff is not available or if another dog is not available, you get to take this home and keep it forever.
So sweet.
So if they don't have the dog, they get these little fidget toys. We call it the comfort
right,
toy.
right.
And we get donations, whereas we can give these out at no charge.
Wow.
So when people make donations, then we have a lot to give away to victims, children, people in stressful situations,
Yes.
trauma.
Yeah. Mhm.
And another area that we work very, very well with is the Vegas Strong Resiliency Center.
Okay, I'm
So
glad that
the
they're still
October
around.
one-
Yeah, I had heard about
Yes,
them.
the
Yeah.
October 1, I was a first responder during
Yeah.
that.
Were you there when that happened?
Yes, I
Yeah.
was, but I was a mile down the road.
Yeah.
Long story, but I was there, and I am, you know, I get involved with the October 1 events every year, and we bring as many of the therapy dogs as possible to be involved, and to all the survivors. We talk to them, and it ends up being kind of a good time.
Yeah, I'm assuming then Hufflepuff and the dogs like country music then. Maybe they like Filipino style music, the folks.
I don't
We
know.
need to and we'll invite you when that happens. We just
Yes.
had Philippine week, so we love dogs. We like most of the Filipino Americans here. They do have dogs and cats. And would that be a stupid question for me to ask? Would you do other animals? It's mostly dogs, like
It's mostly
birds.
dogs.
You know, like some
We,
people like other things. Turtles is very common in Nevada.
And I'm glad you brought it up too,
Just
because
asking.
we need more people. We need more people with
Volunteers.
good dogs.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you
if,
do. You're
if you're
recruiting.
interested, yes, we're recruiting. If you're interested, if your dog has what it takes, I'm going to change this up a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm going
please.
to talk to the
Go
dogs.
direct.
All of you dogs out there, if your human has what it takes to do this kind of work of volunteering and working with people in stressful situations and going to court, tell your human to contact us, courtroomcritters.org. We need you. It is all volunteer work. And of course, the victims, all these people do not pay any money to have us.
Right, we're a nonprofit, and
Mhm.
what is it, 501c or what kind of?
We're a 501c3.
Okay, good.
So of course, we rely on everything from grants to private people. Most of our funds come from private people.
Well, I like grants because you don't normally have to pay it back, and you know that's also a plus for you.
Mhm.
And as far as the ladies, is it all guys and women?
Yes,
that
it
work?
is.
Yeah, so
Lot of
you're all
men.
like
Mhm.
always escorting the dogs, and you know how to deal with it because again, you were in law enforcement.
Well,
and
we
you're
do
so
have
patient.
to teach.
You do have to teach.
So part of our training
Train.
program is for the handlers themselves.
The handlers, I'm
So
sorry.
that they understand what goes on in the courtroom.
Yeah.
And we
Okay,
actually
good.
bring in judges and prosecutors
Okay, good.
to help us teach. And so we have a program
Oh, good.
of when we teach the dogs to be in the courtroom, the handlers are also being lectured.
Okay. Well, we're almost out of time here today, so we just want to thank Stephanie here with Hufflepuff. And again, let's repeat one more time the website.
It's courtroomcritters.org.
Great. And thank you so much. Have a safe and wonderful July 4th if you are not, busy working. And good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. And salamat po means thank you in the Philippine Tagalog language. This is Jessica J. Rolla for Locals in Las Vegas. Have a safe and happy week and weekend and holiday season. And don't forget to look up courtroomcritters.org, right?
Mhm.
Thank you so much again, Stephanie and Hufflepuff and everybody there. Stay safe.
I'm Scott Black. When I was first elected, North Las Vegas was a lot like my classic VW bus. It needed some attention. Now an awesome new NLV is taking shape, kind of like this. And we're headed into a future where we have the best of everything. Stronger public safety, improved neighborhoods, new amenities, and higher paying jobs for working families. I'm Scott Black, and I'm asking for your vote so together we can bring this momentum to every road in our city.
What does your child dream of becoming? In the I Want to Be book series, young readers follow children as they discover the power of learning, leadership, and helping others. The series of 22 books from Ivory Publishing is an inspiring collection that introduces children to careers, confidence, purpose, and possibility. Give a child more than a book. Available now on Amazon, in paperback, and on Kindle. Or visit www.ivorypublishingllc.net.
Hello there, kumusta ka? Hello, how are you in the Philippine language? We're here at the Astoria welcome event here at Spacecraft, and I have here Sarah Val.
Hi, my name is Sarah Fong. Very nice to meet you.
Great, and I know we met unofficially on Facebook, and also you were in charge of. Tell us about your pageant experience.
Oh yes, so I have about 4 years of pageant experience. I am a title holder, so I did win Miss Universe Petite in 2024, and I am your former Miss Phil M. Nevada USA 2024 as well.
Well, you're beautiful and smart. And what brought you to Astoria? Like, were you chosen to had this event tonight? What have you learned from it? Because I learned a lot about our mental health is so physical too. We all work very hard, Sarah. So how do you feel about how this was conducted? We partnered with Phil M. Excellence, right?
Yes. So I actually have my degree in psychology, my bachelor's degree, and I do have a master's degree in industrial psychology. So this is very, very in tune with the research that I do and the field that I went into. So tonight isn't just another community gathering, but it's a research event that celebrates our values of Kwentuhan, which is our ingrained ability to tell stories. And so it's really helpful to understand how our history and how our identity and how our work and our values, even our events shape our mental health and well-being. And even the best research doesn't have to have a survey, but it can just be a spoken conversation. And so this event went really well. I was one of the facilitators in table 3, and we were just talking like we were at a family dinner table, and it felt, yes, it was very inspiring, and it was very refreshing because we don't always have the opportunities to do this. So
No, we don't. And that being said, I just want to thank you for having us. You did a very good job with the focus groups. We didn't film all that because we didn't want to intrude on anyone's privacy one-on-one, but that's how it felt, more intimate. And people had privately also had the answers, questions and answers, and for the survey. And then we're going to wrap it up. But thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for having me and welcoming us. And we even got to eat dinner, of course, Filipino style. And just really bonding about, we talked about politics, the cultural disconnect with second generation, first generation, or a lot of us grew up differently, right?
yes, so it was very inspiring, and I believe they're doing this again in other states as well. So stay tuned for that. Once again, they're Phil Excellence in Astoria. They are a community-based Phil Am research organization, and they just want to promote this good cause. You can also scan this QR code for Astoria, which is partnering with Phil Excellence in this really incredible research study today. So there was about, I would say, 30 participants today, so it was really incredible.
So thank you so much, everyone, and salamat for having us here. Thank you. And for the finale, we have Walbert Castillo, who has actually grown so much with me, not just with Philam TV, but his Historia experience. And we are back where it all started. When I first met you, it was here.
It was with Ava's event that
Yes,
she put
it
together
was.
with the interns.
Yes.
Yes.
And what I love about this whole is organic, it's grassroots, is like you have grown so much. We have introduced so many new chefs, and we even did something at Max's, right?
Yeah, we did. We had Isang Kusina last month, our biggest event to date. Yeah, no worries. Our biggest event to date. We actually ended up inviting 7 different chefs across the country to collaborate together in one kitchen, Isang Kusina. And so before that, when we had met, it was the welcome reception at Max's. And so that was a lot of fun. We had conversations where we got to learn a bit more about the chefs and their origin stories and why they do what they do. And so I think a lot of what we do as Historia is we like to unpack these stories in ways that allow us to feel more confident about being Filipino. Sometimes the thing that when we're most vulnerable, when those things come out, we're able to connect with each other more closely because maybe those are the things that we've also experienced ourselves. So finding that common thread is so important to us when we do these kinds of events.
So, any words of advice? Because again, I've grown and emerged into, like, believe it or not, with Locals in Las Vegas, 13 episodes, and I've incorporated foodies in my segment. So, do you feel like we should do more where you're cooking, or some of your people that you've trained, or do you think we should do more like this, where just offsite, or festivals I've just appeared at? What do you think for 2026?
Yeah,
summer,
for
fall,
2026, 2027,
the rest of it?
I think with storytelling, there's so many different forms of multimedia that this toolkit in this modern day and age has to offer. I think when we think of multimedia, it's photo, it's video, graphic design, motion graphics, animation. But I think there's such a connective way of doing things in a verbal sort of narrative type way, kind of like what you saw here in person. And so, like, for me personally, I want to close out 2026 with different methodologies and philosophies for storytelling that aren't necessarily seen or as present. And for example, we have an upcoming dinner series where we're going to focus on the Mexican chapter of Filipino history. And, one thing that came to mind was, like, what if we paired each course with music, with dialogue, with dancing, so many different things.
Something like that?
Yeah, so
Music would be great.
I think there's like this layer of artistry. I would love that. So if you see dancing at our next dinner,
It's me. Oh, better be good.
yeah, no, I love that idea. And so actually we are thinking about that because we share a lot of
different methodologies.
methodologies. Yes.
I have to tell you what to do. But anyway, Walbert.
I love it. Please, I would love any and all advice. If anything,
So sweet.
One thing I'd like to say is that I was also in her shoes. I was a journalist in Washington, D.C. I was working at USA Today for 6 years, just running up the steps of the U.S. Capitol and taking the metro back and forth to cover news, breaking news, foreign correspondence, all of that. And like, I really think the foundation of any great storyteller comes with journalism and the type of reverence and respect that you have for wanting to go a bit deeper and just pulling the curtain back, because it's the questions that allow everyday people to be heard, to be seen, to be able to it's like peeling an onion, and like, on surface level, you don't really know too much about a person, but through the act of interviewing, the act of kwentuhan, having this traditional form of storytelling take place in a space like this with you here, like, you are an historiador, so you are really that indigenous method of kwentuhan. It exists in us, it exists here in this space, and it's something that's been embodied for us for a while. And so hopefully this event was a reminder that it lives in each and every one of us.
Well, and I love how with this event it was a little bit different, right? With the storytelling, and all had a chance to speak. And I didn't film everyone, obviously for privacy reasons, but I feel like with the surveys, you're going to get your answers. And our guys at or was it Excellence, right?
Phil Excellence.
Phil Excellence, and then we could find your shirts. I'm going to let you do this. And where can we find you?
You can find us at Historia LV, and not Louis Vuitton, Las Vegas. Sorry, someone actually said that, and then the next person was like, Historia Love. I was like, oh yeah, Historia Love. So yeah, you can catch us at Historia LV on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. The biggest thing that we haven't announced yet, so this is kind of like groundbreaking right now in our world, is Historia is expanding into a creative agency.
Awesome.
In the same way that people are asking us about documentary work, unpacking origin stories through brand storytelling. Someone had asked, who does your marketing, who does your content? And I'm like, oh, it's us.
It's all us.
Well, can you do something for us? And so, yeah, creative agency kind of sprung up. And I left my job at Amazon last December, so look out, world. We are here. Team Historia is here. And the name of our agency is Take Home. Because the moment the dinner is over, what do you have left? The stories to take home. The baon to take home.
Exactly.
So with the way that we hand deliver the food from a restaurant, it's that same collective care that we have from table to home that we want you to bring back.
That's sweet. So very compelling words. And thank you so much. Salamat. And this is Jessica J. Rolla from Locals in Las Vegas. Thank you so much.
I'm Scott Black. When I was first elected, North Las Vegas was a lot like my classic VW bus. It needed some attention. Now an awesome new NLV is taking shape, kind of like this. And we're headed into a future where we have the best of everything. Stronger public safety, improved neighborhoods, new amenities, and higher paying jobs for working families. I'm Scott Black, and I'm asking for your vote so together we can bring this momentum to every road in our city.
What does your child dream of becoming? In the I Want to Be book series, young readers follow children as they discover the power of learning, leadership, and helping others. The series of 22 books from Ivory Publishing is an inspiring collection that introduces children to careers, confidence, purpose, and possibility. Give a child more than a book. Available now on Amazon, in paperback, and on Kindle. Or visit www.ivorypublishing.llc.net